great to be here and chatting with you. I want to start by talking about how, so this movie is awesome. It's like we were talking about, it's like the Die Hard Air Force One style movies, but its representation is so different. And it's not talked about a lot in the movie, a little bit, but it's just there. And it makes everything about it, to me at least, and I hope to audiences everywhere, powerful in a unique way. But you mirror your protagonist in a sense. She talks about how she has to work twice as hard. I have to assume that to direct a badass action movie like this, you have to work twice as hard. So can you talk a little bit about all that stuff? I know that's a lot, but I really want to get it all in there because I think it's so important.
Look, the statistics says that there's no women directing action, so it's not an opinion that we have. It's actually the truth, that we have very little chances. And that's not because we don't like it. I've been watching the same movies as you all my life, and I love them. I mean, Harrison Ford and Bruce Willis. So it's great that I had the opportunity to direct an action movie. And I do think that the fact that Viola is the lead was essential to that, because as a woman that has gone through what she has gone through, she understands the struggle, she understands the fight, and she doesn't have any doubts about me. When she sees my height, my color, my accent, she has no problem with that, and that makes a huge difference. So when I come in and I give my pitch and I give all my ideas, she's just hearing my ideas. She's not putting any other bias in there, and I think that's why I was able to grab it. I did have some experience before when I did act in Jack Ryan. I already, TV allows women to have the opportunity to showcase, other genres, so I did have that behind me. But I think a big movie like this one, I gotta thank Viola.
But you pulled it off. The action is as good or better as anybody else who does it, who looks different than you. And so it's proof positive that anybody can do it. If they're anybody who's talented enough.
I am cruel and brutal. In fact, it went to be R-rated instead of PG-13. Oh my God.
I couldn't bring my kids yesterday.
I know.
But it's awesome. And I want to also ask you about it in the sense of like where we are right now today. Movies in Hollywood sometimes present a future or possibility, and people say it's like Hollywood, but it's not realistic. We've seen a black family in the White House before, but to have it be a black woman and with Manny as the number one, the head of the Secret Service, it's really important. People see that. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, we started the movie several years ago, but me as a Latina, I've always wanted to make sure that we represent all kinds of people, including my community, and that we represent ourselves positively. So for me, it was super important that Manny, who is awesome, and he's the head of the Secret Service, takes care of the president, was a Latino. Because we're awesome, and I don't want to always see us as the narcos, And so that was very, very, very important and not an accident. And the fact that, I believe that movies change culture. And when I was told that Viola would play the president of the United States, and I was told that 4 years ago, I was like, I am in, because we need to normalize a woman in the presidency and a woman of color in the presidency. Let's do it, just like Morgan Freeman, was, or so many others before.
Right. Yeah.
So I thought that was a very important aspect and makes the movie very important for me.
It does. Thank you so much, and I agree, and thank you for doing it.
And thank you for noticing these things. These are important things.
I appreciate that.
But
I hope everyone sees it.
At the end of the day, it's just a fun movie.
It is.
Non-political, just plain fun.
And it works on that level, which is what's great about it.
Good.